first game on the road, any different things Coach talked about going to a tough road atmosphere, obviously?
I mean, Coach just mentioned how, playing on the road is always a challenge, especially with a young team. And, to be in our first road game, just stay focused on the things that we normally do, just a team-first mentality, study a lot of film, just do the usual things, and don't try to switch things up too much.
Ron? Is there a point where you take some of the freshmen aside and say, hey, here's some stuff to look out for on the road? It's their first road trip, and making sure that they don't get nervous so they don't fall into some of those pitfalls?
Just to not let the crowd factor into their game, to become something that is a distraction, just to stay focused and just to do what feels right to them, and to understand that mistakes are going to be made, and you just got to play through that, and you got to grow from it.
Right in the middle with Joe. How would you characterize sort of your progress so far this season, playing the lion's share of minutes there at the 5? How do you think you've done so far? How would you assess your play so far this year?
I mean, we're winning, and I feel like everybody's doing pretty well, and we have a lot of guys who are capable of playing the 5 spot, and I'm terrible at assessing myself, so I'm definitely not the person to ask for that.
Brother?
Given some of the struggles through some of the exhibitions and that first game on the rebounding side, is that essentially the number one thing that can keep you on the floor and getting the minutes that you want? Is just getting rebounds, letting the scorers score?
I mean, I can't say anything for certain because that's whatever the coaches feel. It's going to help the team win the most games. But I feel like rebounding and defense is a critical part of any team who wants to be a championship team. And I feel like we have a lot of guys who can provide that, and those are definitely my 2 main priorities.
Down here with Ron again?
Just feel like you did in Maui, and you probably had one of your better games. That through all the injuries and for everything else, it feels like you're getting back to that point where you're playing consistent back-to-back games and you're doing everything at a high level.
Yeah, it might even feel better than Maui because my foot was busted up in Maui, and I was playing on that. So to play healthy, it's a wonderful thing. It's something that a lot of people take for granted, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm really thankful for that.
Right back to the middle with Joe.
And going into this matchup with Iowa State, they're sort of a smaller team. Is that going to be sort of a point of focus for you to really try and get some baskets around the hoop in the paint, given that they sort of lack in size?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I never go into a game thinking, this is the game where I need to get a lot of shots. I play off my teammates. We have so many weapons scoring wise that I'm good with just getting a couple offensive rebounds and drop offs, and just doing little things that I have to do to help us get wins.
Melvin Ejim has not been ruled out for the game, but there's still a chance he could play from what you've seen on, I guess, tape from last year. I think you would have probably watched regarding him. Is that right? Have you watched him on tape from last year?
We haven't watched much film on him yet.
So no game planning yet for if Ejim plays?
No, nothing yet. But I'm sure coaches will figure something out. They're really good at that. So
you mentioned how kind of diverse the scoring is right now. How much fun is it to play in an offense like that where at any given moment people can contribute all over the court?
It's exciting. It's exciting for us. It's exciting for the fans, and it's something that's going to benefit us in the long run. To have so many people who are capable of scoring 10, 15, 20 points any given night. Definitely